Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blind Beauty. I'm Jennifer. What I'm going to do today is I am doing a chit chat get ready with me, and I am doing this Cranberry Peach look. I unfortunately forgot to film an actual intro, so I'm just putting a couple photos up here to show you what it looks like up close. But this is the look that I'm creating today, and I do hope that you enjoy it and enjoy this chit chat style. Let me know in the comments down below what you think and what you would like to see me do.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started here. I've got to redo this look because I lost the footage originally. So we're just going to chit chat as I get ready. Here, I'm getting ready to go out and do some things. So, first thing, whoops, wrong thing. Showed you at first. First thing I'm going to take is my simple hydrating gel cream. This is a pretty decent moisturizer, but I don't put a whole lot on. I put about anywhere from like a dime to a penny size amount on my hands. Rub it in, and then just lather it on here. Well, I can't even say lather it because it's not like a huge amount of moisturizer, but it works. It doesn't bother my eyes to put it on my eyelids even. Work it down the neck. But so much has been going on. I have been working on my crisis text line training, which is going great, by the way. I have finished my second week worth of lessons, which I wasn't supposed to have it done until the 30th of September, but I already got it done, and it's in the grading process. So basically I'm stuck until she grades it. My supervisor, not my supervisor, but my coach grades it. So that's always hard waiting. But, waiting on that, and I've also been trying to come up with ideas for videos and whatnot, because I know I've missed quite a few that I had scheduled originally because of the phone fiasco and all that, and my depression, and if y'all want a video solely devoted to depression, where I'm not really getting ready and talking through everything, let me know in the comments down below. That's not an easy topic to talk about, I'll admit, but sometimes it needs to be talked about if you go through depression. And I know I say, so, whatever, a lot, but that's just really how I talk, especially if I'm not sure exactly what to say. Alright, now I'm going to take my e.l.f. Blemish Control Primer. This, moisturizer, couldn't think of the right word there. The moisturizer is a rather, I don't know the right word. It is very moisturizing, and especially during the winter times, I like a more moisturizing thing because my face does get rather dry sometimes, depending on what I'm putting on it and all that. But I'm going to take the e.l.f. Blemish Control Primer, and that's what I'm going to use as my primer. I'm just doing a little bitty bit on my middle finger and mixing it between my middle and ring. And I'm going to focus that on my T-zone mostly and under the eye area. But I don't know if y'all like more personal stuff, like if y'all want a my history, get ready with me type video or something like that. Talking about the stuff I've been through and whatnot. Because I can get as personal as y'all want. I'm pretty much an open book, as I tell people. So, and some of my family might not like that, but it's my life. I don't give specifics that, and no, I really don't have a family member that I know of named this, but at least not one close to me. Like, John said this, Jane said that, Henry said this, Harry said that. I don't do that crap. Now, the only specifics y'all might get are my dog's names. That's it. But that's my choice. Everybody has their own choices that they make in life. And I want to be real with y'all and want y'all to see that I am a real human being that really does, human stuff really messes up. I'm not perfect by any means. You know, like I said, this is a redo of the video that I'd already recorded because I accidentally deleted the other. I'm going to take the Found BB cream. Now, all you do with this is you put it on your hands, or that's what I'm doing at least, putting it on my hand, and then just rubbing it in like I would, kind of like a moisturizer, like I did with the Simple. So, that's what I'm going to do now. And this is a more lighter weight foundation. Well, I can't say lightweight foundation, but it's a BB cream, which is a little step up from tinted moisturizer. It doesn't have the 100% coverage, but it's not awful coverage either. So, it's not as light as your regular tinted moisturizer. It gives a more natural finish, and from what all the research I've been doing lately, super glowy skin is in. Not glowy as in greasy, but glowy. So, now me, I don't really need a whole lot of glow, but, you know, whatever. Whatever's in. I'm just taking it and really working it on my face here. I'm going to try to not make this very long, but still chit chat. Originally, whenever I did this look, I kind of sped through everything, and my hands are greasy from the BB cream, so it's hard for me to open this next step. I'm taking my jojoba and peach lip oil from Ulta, putting that on my lips. Real quick. So I'll have some glossy lips for a little while, y'all. And it does sink in a little bit. I'm going to blot just a little bit of it off, though. There we go. Because if it's too slick, it affects my talking. And but I don't know if y'all knew it, but if you ever see me talking about like this, where my mouth is going to the side or whatever, I was born with a cleft lip and palate. So that's part of that, part of the speech impairment. I was born with a cleft lip and palate and legally blind. So, and I do have a video that I did, I think it was 2017. It was solely devoted to my vision and what my vision acuity and all that stuff is. I do have a Get to Know Me playlist that y'all can check out if you want to check that out, because I do have like a Get to Know Me tag and stuff like that, and I give the basics usually in my description box down below. There's always a little bit of goodies as far as social media and everything in there. So now I'm going to take my NYX concealer. I just put a little bit more of that Found BB cream on. I'm going to take my NYX concealer and put that under the eyes. Whenever I originally did this look, I had my regular makeup mirror up here, but I'm not using that today. I'm just using my crown brush mirror. So just putting this under the eyes, doing a major triangle, by the way, y'all. You go from the inner corner down to like where the nose ends, and then back up to the outer corner. Basically, that's the rough shape that I do. And I do have some dark under eye circles, especially whenever I don't sleep. The only sounds that y'all ought to hear are my dogs playing and possibly my computer going off. I've gotten to where I'm using my computer a lot more now that I got it where I like it, after someone I know, or used to know rather. I can't say no, because I don't know her anymore. But she really screwed up my computer. I'm not tech savvy as far as computers goes. Now, if you ask me questions about iPhones, I used to have an iPhone, I might be able to answer it. Androids, most likely I can answer it. But whenever it comes to computers, yeah, no. So if someone says, oh, I want to refresh your computer, okay, I thought, whatever, maybe I can, because I know about system restore and stuff, so I thought I could restore it, whatever they took off. Nope, couldn't, so I had to take some time and do all that. And then I just blended it out with a Swiss sponge. This is somewhat the size, I believe, of the micro blender, of the beauty blender thing, I think. I don't know for sure, but, I think. Now I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics palette here. We're going to start with this, and then I'll go to regular powder. And I'm taking the e.l.f. highlighting brush, and I'm going to use the banana powder that's in this BH palette right there. And I'm going to put that under the eyes. But, that's partly why I don't really use my computer even for editing. The editing I do, I use my Android phone, and it is the Cyberlink Power Director. Right now I do have the subscription to it. I originally had bought it, but apparently, now they're doing a subscription instead of outright buying it, which sucks, because, like I said, I had already bought it, but now I pay a certain fee. But I also, whenever I originally bought it, it only included, like, basically taking the watermark off, and that was it. But now I get access to more stuff, like the, what is it? The different overlay styles, like text overlay styles and all that stuff, which I don't really use text overlays anyway, but, I used to use my iPhone 6S Plus and iMovie on the iPhone, but like I said, I don't do that anymore, because I don't have my iPhone. Now I'm going to take the Coty Airspun powder and a big fluffy brush here. I'm going to put this all over the skin. I mean, I've used quite a bit of this stuff, if y'all can tell. So that's what I'm doing. This adds a little bit of coverage. It is the shade Translucent Expert Coverage. Now, if y'all could see that smoke, it is very powdery. But, and the phone I have now is the LG, or not LG. I used to have the LG Stylo before I went to the iPhone. Now I have the Moto G6 Play. Is what I have now. And I love it. I really do. It helps with the lighting because it has a camera, a little flash up here in the corner on the front. So that does help a lot with the lighting, as well as a flash on the back as well. But whenever I'm recording like this, the light stays on, so if I were to turn off the other two lamps or my overhead, it would still be pretty bright right here on my face. And I also have a little tripod that I bought from Amazon originally a while back, and that's what I use for filming. I put it up on that tripod with a little adapter that I bought separate. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Where'd it go? I had all this stuff laid out this time because whenever I originally did this, I didn't have everything organized or anything. Now I'm taking the same BH Cosmetics palette, the Sculpt and Glow Forever Nude palette. And this is a much loved palette. I'm taking the contour shade here, swirling my brush in, tap it off, and I'm doing a real light contour. Not going too crazy, but just a little bit. And I do have a video on contouring. I'm planning on getting back into the beginner basics series. I just haven't done it because I've been working on other videos, and I've still got the lip video to do. But I mean, if you watch my videos, then you know basically what I do anyway for basic lipstick. I mean, even in today's video, you'll be able to see what exactly I do. because it's fairly simple doing a lip with that. But the other lip video that I'm going to do, I'm going to go into more specifics of using like a lip brush and whatnot. So that'll be coming up hopefully this week or next week. Now I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to go into the blush that's in this shade, or in this palette rather. The contour is on the far right hand side. The blush is on the far left hand side. The only shade I don't use a whole lot is the actual bronzer shade. So, putting that blush right on the cheeks. Big old circular motions. Right there at the apple. And move it back. Move it back. Yeah. So, just did a real light coating of blush. Now I'm going to go in with some highlight. Get it on my highlighting brush. Go right there on the tops of the cheeks. For now, my original video, I think I took it like down the nose, above the eyebrow, all that stuff. But I'll get to that, y'all. I'll get to that. Just taking my time with it today. So, actually I'm putting a little above the tail of the brow anyway already right now. But I'll get back to that one already, or here in a little bit. So, now I'm going to take the Crown, I think it's the Crown Pro, yeah, Crown Pro palette. Unfortunately, they do not have any kind of name on this. It's one I got, I believe, from BH Cosmetics. It's the rosy tones. There's peachy, like deep peach tones. There's rose gold looking shades. There's a, like a light berry shade. And the brushes I'm mainly going to be using are affordable brushes here, even though this palette is not considered drugstore. I try to focus more on drugstore stuff, but sometimes I'm trying to use other palettes too, just to, I don't like them to sit and go to waste. So I'm going to go into this very top left-hand corner shade. It's like a creamy color. And I'm going to put that all over the lid after I prime my eyes with the I Love Stage Primer by Essence. Almost forgot to prime the lids, y'all. I think in my original video, I just now realized this after I put like a couple swipes of this on. My original video, I used NYX, but hey, this will still work. And I'm going to put this all the way up to the brow bone. But, there's so much, like I said, going on. I've got a family member that's sick, and I do appreciate the prayers for that. And y'all are so sweet, and I love that y'all like my videos and you like my chit-chatty stuff. I try to do even more chit-chat whenever I'm doing the Get Ready With Me type videos in Blind Beauty Support Facebook group. So, and this, I'm taking that one shade I talked about, the light cream shade. I'm going to put that all over the lid and all the way up to the brow bone, y'all. Emily Noel recently did a video about unpopular techniques or whatever. She doesn't always set her primer because she likes to have something to grab onto with the eyeshadow. That is very true. Some eyeshadows really need that extra help of something to cling onto, and they need a more tacky base. Well, I like doing it either way, honestly, but sometimes putting a base down helps it to blend smoother. So now I'm going to take my, which one of these am I going to take? Okay. I'm going to take this Eco Tools brush. Unfortunately, it does not have a name on it. If it did, I've worn it off, because if y'all know me, and if y'all have been with my channel for very long, you know I love this duo. It's a eye brush set. You get 2 brushes to the set. I think it's like $5 or $6 for the set. So, I'm going to take this. Okay. Yeah, this is the right shade. This shade right here, it's the second one on the top row. of this palette. It's like I consider it a nudie type shade, like a more warm nude. That's what it looks like. I'm going to take that on the crease side of this brush. It has the angled liner brush on the other side. I'm putting that in my actual crease and blowing it out. I mean, it's a real pretty color. Eyeshadows, I love doing stuff like this because I can really blow it out and, you know, have fun with it. So, but putting that all in the crease. Then I'm going to go into the shade right below it. It's the second one on that, or in that palette. I'm going to put that on the outer V and all the way through the crease as well. But I'm going to make sure my brush, I'm not blowing this shade out a whole lot. I might blow it out a little bit and I just tap into it. This is a reddish brown shade. Looks like that right there. But it's still fairly mild compared to some other shades in this palette. Putting it on the outer V and working it into the crease. So, you know, there are so many things that you can do with a palette like this that this is crazier than I'm used to doing, but, you know, I say, hey, let's go with it, let's go with it. Really gonna buff this in here. Now, I believe, yeah, I did use a different brush and I have it sitting right here. I'm going to take that same shade and I'm using this AOA sculpting brush. It's a high def brush. E109, I believe is what it says, and tapping that into it. I'm going to buff this into the actual crease now. I like a more subtle look usually, but today I'm going more bold, more in your face fall look. You know, so you're hearing my dogs play over here. But I do tend to sometimes overtalk things. Now my last Get Ready With Me, I like zoomed y'all in really, really close, and I don't know whether you like the really close or the further away or somewhere in between. So let me know in the comments down below what y'all do prefer. I'm taking that same brush now, dipping into this like burgundy type shade, and I'm going to put that on the outer V and about a third, I think, of the way in. Now, where were we? Had to deal with something here. I'm still doing the burgundy type shade right in the outer V. And I took it about halfway in on the lid. So, whenever you got dogs, sometimes you gotta stop and take care of them from time to time. Right? Right. I mean, they're just like little kids. I mean, you got a kid playing in the same room with you. You know, it can get pretty difficult sometimes to focus, but alright. I mean, I could leave it just like this, basically, if I wanted to, where it's the shimmery shade on the lid, and this is my typical type of look that I would do right here. But I'm going to take that light berry type shade, that's the best way I know to describe it, right there. It is the very first one on the bottom row. And I'm going to take it on the flat one, on the flat side of this brush that has the real fluffy end to it. We're going to take the flat part and pack this, and I do mean pack it, right on the lid. So, if y'all have dogs or something, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about whenever it comes to having to stop sometimes whatever you're doing and tend to them. Or some people just let their dogs do whatever and that's that. Or they keep them locked up like they're in jail all the time. But I don't like doing that. My dogs are my babies. I wouldn't keep kids locked up in a playpen 16, 18 hours out of a day. You know. So, why would I do it to my dogs? Now, I could see keeping kids in a playpen for nap time or something like that, but, you know, or having them stay in the room for, you know, a time, but not keeping them locked away from me for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. No. If you want dogs, you want kids, you want whatever, be with them. Otherwise, get rid of them. That's my opinion. Hey, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. You know, if you do keep your dogs pinned up and all that, that's fine. You know, I don't believe in it. I believe if you're going to have animals, let them be animals. Let them be with you. Let them enjoy life instead of keeping them locked away like some prisoner. But some people may hate that I say that, but, you know, like I said, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Now I'm going to take that same shade, and I'm taking my finger this time. I'm putting that on the inner third that way. Whenever I use my finger, it makes everything more pigmented. If y'all saw my no brush challenge that I did, you can tell that things get rather bold whenever you don't use a brush. Now I'm taking the fluffy side of that same brush, going back into that light color we put all over the lid originally. And the brush I did that with, by the way, was the Deluxe Crease brush by Real Techniques. So, there's that. Now I'm going to take my pinky and go into that same shade and put that on the inner corner of the look. Helps to open up the eyes a little more. But yeah. I love my baby girls. Went a little overboard on one eye with this lightness. There we go. Now I'm going to take my brush that has the slant tip to it, making sure there's nothing on it. Yeah, there's nothing on it. And I'm going to go in with that second shade on the bottom. No, pardon me, on the top rather. And I'm taking that and putting it all along the lower lash line. It's a little difficult to get it right there at the lash line. I've recently just started doing the lower lash line makeup. But hey, you do what you want to do, not what you have to do. At least whenever it comes to makeup, because there are no real rules. You do what you want to do. It's art. Alright, lost my eyeliner for a second. So that's what I was looking for. Work with it or use oil to get it off. So keep that in mind whenever you're picking this up. This is one of the felt tip ones, by the way. And I'm just going to take this and line my lashes real quick, and I'll be fast forwarding probably through this part because I can't hardly talk and do this and focus, really. Now, I got that done. I'm going to take that same liner brush right here that we used to do the lower lash line. I'm going to take the chocolatey brown shade in this palette right there. It is the fourth one down. I'm going to go in with that and put it over that liner. It doesn't really match the liner because I used a black liner, but this just helps kind of smudge it out a little bit. And it also helps set it as well. Anytime you're unsure about whether your liner is even or whatever, you can easily take a small angled brush and kind of smoke it out. And from what I understand, that is actually trending right now, by the way, is smudgy type liner. So, and I'm sorry if this doesn't look exactly like the other video, but like I said, I had to redo the entire thing. And I didn't do all these steps on camera in the last one either, but, you know, let me know if y'all don't care if I, say, skip doing the brows on camera, or you don't want to see me do liner on camera, or whatever. Speaking of liner, I've got one more liner I'm going to use, and that is the Rimmel Scandaleyes liner in Nude. I'm using the retractable one. Eventually, I'm going to get the Kohl non-retractable. I'm putting this on the lower inner rim. There we go. Good enough, at least. Alright. Now I'm going to take my brow, I'm going to go in and do my brows real quick, and what I'm using to do that, I'm taking a two-step process today, which I normally don't do on camera. And first I'm using the INSPR brow brush, and this is the main brush I'm going to be using, by the way, for this. And I've got a spoolie here by VS Mall that I'll also be using. But the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to take my e.l.f. brow and liner cream or gel or whatever it's called. Unfortunately, the name is not on here where I can read it, so I'm going to take that and do my brows real quick. Well, not real quick. This is the hardest part for me, is taking my time and focusing. Focus on the brows. Focus on them. Focus on them. So, there we go. But, you know, I enjoy talking to y'all, and y'all really are a sense of company for me. I live alone, and the main ones that I talk to are my dogs. Some people may say, well, they're dogs, they can't talk back. Well, they sure as heck can wag that tail whenever they get excited about something I'm saying. I know they, you know, some people say, oh, well, they can't understand people language or whatever. They pay more attention to facial expressions, blah, 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 blah. Well, that may be the case, but there's still a sense of company for me. I believe that they do understand what I'm saying, because they pick up on anxiety and all that stuff better than most humans I deal with. So, maybe sad, but I do like my dogs better than I like most local humans. There's only one local human that I can say I would spend as much time as I do with my dogs, and unfortunately I don't get to do that. So, but I'm just doing real small strokes on the brows. I did a brow tutorial a while back, well, not too long ago, and I used my e.l.f. brow pencil. If you can't tell, I like e.l.f. products for brows. I mean, this brow cream I think is like $3 or $4, something like that. But the brow pencil is only $2. And then the powder I'm going to be using is Colormates, and that's only $1 from the Dollar Tree. So, but you can also pick up a brow gel made by Salon Perfect. You can pick one up. I think I want to say even Kiss has a brow gel now. Maybelline makes one. If you're wanting extra cheap, you can even get one from Shop Miss A, and that one, let's see here, I got it here somewhere, yeah, right here. It's a little bitty thing, but it would still last quite a while, so, but yeah, my dogs are my life. They are my bubas. Alright, I just did a basic brow there. Now, whenever you're using a cream or anything like that, taking a brush and brushing through that will help evenly distribute the product. Taking a spoolie, rather. That's what I'm doing now. Then I'm going to take the brow powder that I mentioned, the Colormates brow powder. We're going to put some of that on the brows too. I'm going to go into this dark shade. Now, this does come with a little bitty brush that you can use. I just find I like using a regular brush too. So that's what I'm using today. The same brush I just used to do the cream. That's what I'm going in with now. I'm just going to put this on top of the cream that I did. Whenever you use a powder over a cream or liquid, it can help set that liquid in place where it doesn't move as much. So, that's a little tip for you there. Just like foundation, whenever I put my coty airspun or like the BH Cosmetics stuff I used under the eyes, whenever I use a powder over a liquid, it helps set it and help it keep from creasing as well. So, that's something just to remember as you go throughout your day. Here. Now, originally, whenever I did that last look, I used a different lip that I'm going to use today, but first I got to do my mascara. And I'm going to take this eyelash curler. It's one I got from, I believe, the Sephora Playbox, I believe is where I got this. Unfortunately, there's no name that I can see on this thing. And I'm just going to curl my lashes. Get right in there at as close to the base as I can. Now, I do have a video on mascara and liner and all that. I mean, the only thing I really have left to do is the lips as far as makeup goes. And then I'm going to go back after I do nail basics, like how to paint nails. I know mine look awful right now, but, you know, I'm going to be trying out some stuff too. But I'm going to be doing a nail basics video too about how to paint nails and all that eventually. So I've got all sorts of videos coming up. And I'm taking the Maybelline Big Shot mascara. This is not a favorite by any means. It is a pretty decent mascara. It gives, you know, I keep going back and forth. This is one that I'm kind of wishy-washy. I like it some days, other days it's like, meh. So, I mean, because it's a rather liquidy formula, and I'm not usually a real liquidy mascara person. So, but I'm going to take this here and put it on my lashes, and I really build up that mascara. But as far as other things going on, You know, like I said, I've got a family member who's not feeling good and sick. Well, they're doing better than they were, but still not 100% by any means. I'm doing the crisis text line. Also looking for a real job because, you know, I'd like to be able to do even more where Blind Beauty is concerned, as far as like buying products and testing products and all that, but you know, I just can't afford it right now. But hey, that's part of life, right? We can't always buy what we want, get what we want, all that. Unfortunately, I had plans to get myself some stuff for my birthday back in June, but because of a certain person who I no longer associate with, that went bust. They even said they were gonna get me something makeup wise or whatever for my birthday, but yeah, that didn't happen either, did it? You know. Instead, I was the one shelling out the dough even for my birthday dinner. But that's neither here nor there. Now I'm going to take this brow and lash comb. Has a comb on one side and a brush on the other. Just kind of brushing out the clumps. Typically I would wait for it to dry, which I did not this time. But it still can help. You gotta be very careful with this because, trust me, I have poked myself in the eye more times than I'd like to admit, and I'll just get it done. But see, it's such a wet formula that, you know, sometimes I have trouble getting it to do just right. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more highlight. What do you say? Y'all know me, I love my highlight. I'm going to go into this BH Cosmetics palette again, and into the same highlight shade. And I'm going to put, well actually we're going to, yeah, whoops. Dropped a brush on the floor. I'm going to take that right down the nose, do a fan shape between the brows. That just kind of adds a little bit of light back to the middle of my face. Cupid's bow. Chin. And you know what? I'm even going to spritz my brush with this Ulta matte setting spray. Whenever you spritz your brush, it helps anything you put on, or yeah, dip it into or whatever, become more shimmery if it is a shimmery, or more bold. So that is something to keep in mind whenever you're doing makeup. If you want it to really pop even more, wet that sucker. You know. Alright. Now the lip I did originally for this look was the Barely Brown Color Sensational lip. Right here. Go ahead and add that on real quick just to show you. There we go. That's the original lip I did with this look. Now, I went a little more heavy with the highlight. It might not be the exact same with the eye look, but I tried to get as close to it as I could. Oops. But today, I think I'm going to wipe this off here in a second, maybe. And I'm going to go in with Divine Wine. Because I have that berry tone anyway on the lids. There we go. Divine Line, it's one of the matte color sensationals. I just recently did my color sensational lipstick video where I show all of them. So if y'all want to see what 15 y'all color sensational lipsticks I have, check that out. Just drying off my lips basically. But this right here is the color. I'm gonna put that on real quick. I love a bold berry lip. You know, I love darker lips anyway. I haven't tried to go straight up black, but eventually I want to get a black lipstick and try it, just because I bet I'll love it. But I like the darker, vampy type lips, but then I have to go more subtle usually on the eyes, is what I'm told at least, or from what I read. But I went more crazy on the eyes than I usually do, and crazy on the lips too, with this look. So I do hope that you join me over in my social media, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and the Facebook group that I mentioned, where I do some live stuff as well as talk about affordable beauty, because I'd love to get to know some of y'all, and, you know, come join me and talk to me, and let's have fun together, because we can do that. And if you want to see live videos here on YouTube, even though I can't really respond or see your comments, I can do live stuff, but I just can't see comments unless I'm really like right in your face. I mean, I'd have to do it that way in order to do a live video. But if you do want to see a live video, let me know what you would like to see me do live or talk about live in the comments down below, and I'm willing to try that. So thank y'all so much for watching, and y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.